Bentornati and welcome back. My name is Åsa Tomeus and together with my family I am the owner of MonteRosola Wine Estate. This is my dear friend and colleague Daniel.
Buongiorno.
In the previous videos we walked you through the 4 basic steps of a wine tasting. Today we're going to continue using the steps and trying our Mastio 2018.
Salute.
Salute!
So today we are tasting our Mastio 2018. This is a Sangiovese blend. The grapes were harvested back in September of 2017. Again, 4 very strict steps of selectation before they come into the winery. They are gently crushed before they are gravity fed down to the cellars or directly into the concrete vats. The fermentation process starts, we only use natural yeast. The fermentation takes approximately 3 weeks. After the fermentation, we separate the skins from the juice and the malolactic fermentation starts. And the malolactic fermentation is actually not a real fermentation process. It's a natural process where the wine is converting the malic acid in the wine, which is quite sharp, into lactic acid, which is a bit softer. This is done for most of the red wines around the world. After the malolactic fermentation, we keep the wine in the concrete vats for at least 7 months before bottling, and then we have it, Mastio 2018.
So, starting with our visual inspection of the wine, I think the color of this wine is it's a beautiful, like rich ruby color.
Yeah,
I would say.
and it's rather deep.
Yes.
Could be a little surprising since we know that this is a Sangiovese, because generally you would find a Sangiovese quite transparent in the color. Obviously there's many things that can vary and change the opacity of the wine. In this case, I would say one of the reasons could be that we are situated roughly 430 meters above sea level, meaning that we have a slightly cooler climate than, for example, Chianti. And this allows us to extend the growing season. So we start more or less in the same time, but we can finish the harvest later. And to obtain a deep color in the wine, obviously you need to do a skin maceration, because the color of the wine comes from the skins. And also if you look at the clusters or the grapes in the middle of the summer, you'll find them completely green, because the color of the skins develop quite late in the season. And since we're allowed to extend the growing season a bit, we can obtain a little bit more color in the skins.
Yes.
And we end up having a slightly deeper colored wine, like in this case.
And finally, the viscosity of the wine. It's quite a medium level of viscosity, I would say.
Yeah.
Salute. Moving on to the nose of the wine. I can definitely sense some warm red fruits in here, and also some like a bit darker fruits, I would say.
Yeah, definitely some ripe red cherries, some raspberries, and some typically Swedish lingonberries.
Yes.
You have to Google it up if you don't know it. Quite high acidity.
Mm-hmm.
Super fresh on the nose. And yes, some dark fruit as well, I would say. Definitely some blackberries.
Blackberries,
in this wine.
But I think you can also find a lot of like herbs and some spices in here.
Yeah, like definitely some rosemary and some black pepper in the finish as well.
Yeah, sure. Moving on, tasting the wine. It's a really fresh red wine. It's it got a really nice acidity to it, on a level like medium plus.
Yeah.
That you sense on the sides of your tongue. It has no residual sugar that you would feel on the tip of your tongue. So it's completely dry, very elegant red wine, I would say.
Yeah, and structure-wise, it's very pleasant texture. You have these soft tannins building up the structure of the wine, but at the same time, very elegant, very drinkable, which I think we both prefer in a Sangiovese wine. In terms of flavors, again, we find basically the same notes as on the nose.
Yeah, some really nice dark fruits, warm red fruits, the raspberries, the cherries, the blackberries.
Quite a lot of herbs, rosemary, sage, some spiciness and black pepper. I also think we can find some like cocoa powder notes in the wine. Very nice. Lengthwise, it's a good length.
Yeah.
And perhaps most important, it's a very balanced finish. You were talking about the fresh acidity, it really follows through to the end with the like fresh red fruits and some pepperiness.
Yes.
Super nice.
Super nice. So, to sum this up, today we've been tasting the Mastio 2018, and the conclusion is, I think it's a very, it's a casual wine, still yet very elegant.
It's a beautiful wine. It works so well in so many different occasions. It's very drinkable, but still it has the structure, which allows us to pair it with plenty of different foods.
Yes.
For us, it's a go-to wine while preparing the wood oven for the pizzas. Works extremely well with the traditional Tuscan flavors like salami, prosciutto, pecorino cheese, the herbs. Yeah, it's just great.
It is. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And there are more videos to come, so
Yes.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned and
Salute.
salute.